derogatory term is pikey for your kind of people. Now, I'm not saying I call them that.
Looky-likey. Looky-likey.
It's not looky-likey. Don't try to Cockney slang with me.
Mock me. You're mocking me. No, I'm not. What happened?
You're not gypsy.
No, we don't believe we're gypsy. Just to explain to the BeerSweden community, my grandmother was left on the doorstep of an orphanage. And
I'm sorry,
the lineage behind
I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's fun.
How do we put it? The lineage behind her is slightly murky.
So you could never really do Who Do You Think You Are?
But no. Well, it'll be a very short episode. But I do recall, actually recall, as a very young boy,
living in a caravan and being at the circus an awful lot.
And walking a tightrope. So maybe, I don't know, there might be something to it, Trev. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to BeerSweden Television, the only beer television
It gives you information about gypsies.
on the internet, Trev, today, live, in Umeå.
Really?
Umeå?
Oh,
Okay, anyway, welcome to another beautiful sunny day. It's been a while since the last episode, I haven't changed the shirt. How are you, Trev?
Well, apart from the fact that you stink because you haven't changed your shirt, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Now, in the last
Happy
episode,
about today's episode?
the last episode, we did go on a bit, didn't it?
Yes,
Trev?
we did.
Did go on a bit.
So we'll keep this
but
down.
just because we're so happy to see each other after so long. The last episode went on, but we did promise that actually we'd do a little bit of a Duggies thing this episode, didn't we? And obviously true to our word, because that's what we are here at BeerSweden Television, Trev.
We had a quick sneak taste as well.
We did have a thing, that's why I put this bottle behind here. We've got a couple of beers. Now here's the thing, a few weeks ago, or a few days ago.
No, about a week ago.
About a week ago, in real time. I know you know.
I like to keep track.
Yeah, you keep track. I got a phone call from Mikkel Dugge, and he said that he was in town. He's up here in Norrland. Could he pop by? He's got some beers. We'll have a chat. Fast forward a couple of days. Mikkel's in my kitchen, not too far from where I'm sitting right now, Trev.
Did you tell him I love him?
I told him you love him. I also told him that I said that you weren't coming, just because I know that if you'd come along, you'd have been all sort of like one of those starstruck sort of things.
Exactly, yeah.
You'd asked for his autograph.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd have got very embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I thought I'll go solo on that one, Trev. And we had a fantastic, and I really do mean fascinating, interview, which was really one of the most interesting conversations I've had with another beer guy for a long, long time. Wonderful guy, Mikkel. Had a few difficulties. Been a tough 6 months, half a year, 8 months for the guys and the whole team down there in Gothenburg.
They swapped all the equipment, didn't they?
Swapped all the equipment, and that was really the root of a lot of the problems. Basically, just to sort of do a quick, I'll tell you what, I'll open the beer while I'm doing this. Just to do a little quick sort of summary of a very long interview. Basically, Mikkel was telling me that they were at capacity, of course. You know, Duggies was doing extremely well. Duggies, to me, is one of the real sort of leaders in the craft beer movement here in Sweden. They were one of the first, I think, people that really got it when it comes to making great beer and branding it well, Trev. Branding it well. That's something
unique.
One of those things I really love. And I always use it. I remember seeing these bottles for the first time. I think it was down at the Stockholm Beer Festival, wherever I was. And I love this whole sort of, you know, Miami Vice sort of 80s retro sort of look. Very cool.
And the names.
And the names, of course, as well. You know, Bollocks, High
With an
Five,
X.
with an X.
Egypt.
Yeah, and all this sort of stuff. Really cool, really well branded, plus really competent, fresh, exciting beers. Fantastic stuff. Always been a big fan of theirs. And of course a lot of people were, so they were selling lots of beer. Decided to invest in a brand new brewery equipment from China, and that was the problem. Came over, of course. All the instructions were in Chinese, Trev.
That's worse than IKEA, isn't it?
You're pretty good at Chinese, aren't you? Or was it Indian? I'm not sure. Anyway,
I'm not sure where that was leading. I couldn't get on that one.
What? Takeaways, Trev.
Oh, sorry.
Takeaways. We're a bit rusty, aren't we?
Yeah, I am.
We ring rusty, Trev. We ring rusty. Anyway, comes along, and basically I think they built the brewery left to right, or right to left, or whichever way. Upside down. Not quite sure. There were some problems with it, particularly with the false bottom in the mash tun. I'm not going to get too geeky. And basically what happened was it slowed the whole business down. Lots of problems. They had to create lots of solutions. Brewing in other locations, like Shellans and Overs one, to Proof of Belgium. Basically, as ways to try and sort of get around this issue. To cut a long story short, Mikkel's got a smile on his face now. It's wonderful to see the enthusiasm's there, of course. They've got the brewery up and running now. I think hopefully by the time you're watching this or in the next few days, the last piece of the brewery, the last missing link, is going to be arriving here in Sweden.
So how big's this place? How many employees and stuff?
They've got about 5, I think 5 full-time.
Oh, it's not enormous then,
It's
but
not
I mean,
enormous, but you know,
as a micro brewery, exactly. Yeah,
but it's a pretty good 800,000 litre capacity, I think now, with the new brewing setup, new location as well. So they've sort of grown into this new brewery, and everything's looking forwards now. It's wonderful to see the sort of enthusiasm, the body language is all there. Mikkel is really looking forward. He's been brewing, of course, since the beginning of this year, because the transition was between Christmas and the New Year, and then all the problems really started. So it's only recently that they're being able to start producing some of the new beers. This is actually the first High Five from the new brewery, the first bottled batch of High Five. Pretty cool for us to try. And of course the old classic, I know one of your absolute favourite.
It's probably one of my favourite beers of all time.
I'm going to slam a little bit in my glass.
Can I have some?
Of course you can. You can help yourself to that. Put that in your little tin mug.
You did tell him that I liked this, but in all seriousness,
I told him you like beer and that you like him as obviously a person, Trev. I said that. I did say that.
Well, to be quite honest, I don't know him as a person. I just love what he does.
You just love what he does. You admire him, and rightfully so. Good beers.
So this is from the new. Even if this is
the second batch.
Second batch, but it's the newer batches.
That's right, from the new brewery. And what was so great to talk with Mikkel about, amongst other things, was the fact that they're having to relearn really what they're doing. He said, you know, obviously I know how to brew beer. I know beer, but with the new system, you're getting new effects, new flavours.
Yeah, even if you've got the recipe, you still. Yeah.
It's like a cook's knife.
Yeah.
You know, each knife is a different weight. It does a different thing. It's the same with the brewing equipment. Everything is individual. Each brewery does its own little thing, and you have to learn all these things. So over the next few months, they're really looking forward to. They're really excited about trying it, and they've discovered that actually brewing this beer in the new setup is actually delivering different effects, different aromas, different flavours than the old one. Fascinating conversation.
Well,
actually, an interview is on the blog, actually, Trev. If I throw up the link there, you'll be able to see the interview. Go in and read it, because it really is a fantastic... Well, obviously I wrote it, so I mean, obviously it's pretty good. But I really think it's an interesting insight into how a brewery works. Anyway, listen.
This is just as fruity. I mean, you've got all the fruity hops in this one. Yeah.
Now listen, it's a classic American pale ale, isn't it? In style, 5%. Which is lager.
Which peeves me a bit. That I love it as much as I do, but there you go.
We like that 5%. I think that's summertime.
No. I mean about the classic American pale ale.
That's American pale.
But you must have Chinook,
Simcoe, Centennial.
Thank you. All the fruity ones.
All the fruity ones. You're getting that on the nose. Not too much though. It's not real sort of tropical fruit.
I love this beer.
Stuff, but it's there, and a nice sort of, very sort of subtle malty drizzle of honey, I think, in there as well. And then in the mouth, it's just you can drink this stuff all day long. All day long. Nice, quite smooth, not too fizzy either, is it, Trev? So you're getting that.
And as an Englishman, 5% is for us completely lager.
And in terms of the bitterness, it's there.
Lovely.
There's a little suggestion of it.
It's drying at the back of the throat.
Dries it means you want to take another mouthful.
Yeah.
It's the perfect drink. I could drink this. Can you imagine this on draft right now, Trev?
Really?
I think we'll go in the pub, we'd shut it, wouldn't we? On this stuff. Perfectly drinkable in terms of, and style perfect. In terms of ratings, Trev, what would do you want to rate it?
Well, I'd be up there. I'd give it a good.
Rate it.
I just said it's one of my favourite beers of all time, and I can't see any reason if I think that, well, I wouldn't go up right close to 5 and say a 4.9 or something. To be quite honest, I don't know what a 5 is in my book, but this is as close as you get.
4.9.
Yeah, I really seriously, because this is one of the beers that has impressed me most in all my life.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to.
Maybe all the geeks are going, you don't know nothing. It could be, but this is subjective.
It's what you exactly.
Yeah.
What? I'm not going to go that high. I think it's a great beer. I think it's a fantastic beer. It's a great Swedish beer. I'm going 4.3, Trev.
Okay.
4.3, which is still a stellar mark. It's still knocking it out of the park. But you've obviously got some associations. You've drunk it in the past in places with people.
That's actually a good point. With my daughter and, do you know what I mean, down in Gothenburg and stuff like that.
And that's really what ratings, I mean, that's why I struggle with rating. Because beer is so much more than just taste and smell.
Yeah, it's milieu and everything.
It's everything else around it. So that's pretty
nice
cool.
One.
4.9, 4.3.
Right, we'll move that Avenue over to the side.
We'll put that Avenue over to the side over there so we don't mix the two of them up, Trev. And we'll pour the next one out. Okay.
So I've not tried this one. Personally, I've tried Gustav's Finger.
Shall I hold this one up? India Pale Ale. Do you want to try a little bit? Put that in your tin.
No, actually, I can't because I've got beer in there.
Oh, you got beer in there. Okay.
I'll wait till you've tried now. I'll have a go at that.
5, India Pale Ale, 7.5% in terms of alcohol, people. So quite punchy in that respect. For not being imperial, as it says here, but I'm sure it really is. It's in that zone. 5 different types of American hops. Doesn't say, with lots of high alpha acids. Doesn't say what hops. Lots of citrus, lots of pine. So pretty kind of standard, I suppose, American IPA sort of definition there on the back label. Let's see if it lives up to that. Yes, there's
high five.
Citrus. High five. Did we just do that?
I hate high fiving, but at least we did it as Borat.
That's going to curse.
At least we did it as Borat.
We did it, exactly.
So when's the naked wrestling start? Go on.
Resiny, little bit of juniper sort of action, I think.
Juniper bushes. Isn't that Life of Brian?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, a little bit of quinine sort of action to it. Not that fruity in the nose, to be honest with you. Not that kind of fruity as I was expected to be. Quite grassy. Nice bit in that level to it. Still working now. Smooth. A good American IPA.
So we go.
I'm going to have to be honest with you and say, oh, one of that. I'm going to be honest with you and say, I'm not like blown away as with Avenue. I think that is absolutely glorious. I think it's slightly more, what?
No, go on.
I think it's slightly more, I've tasted this type of beer before.
Yeah, it's very nice for what it is, and compared to its.
Is that fair to say?
Compared to its peers, it's very good.
Yes,
it's not that.
Very good, but it's not that. It's not something else. Hasn't got that X factor.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Having said that, I'm going to go 3 point.
It's actually very good. I like the aftertaste in it.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.8, Trev. 3.8.
Absolutely.
I think that's fair. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, the good news is, actually, it's good stuff. The fruit's coming through a little bit more now, actually. I'm going to stick at 3.8. The good news is that Duggies is back. They're back in the saddle. They're positive. They're looking forward. Lots of exciting plans coming down the line. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see some more Duggies beers, and obviously a return to quality and to availability of a lot of their core, you know, the brands that we've come to know and love from them. So,
are you done?
Fantastic. I'm done, Trev.
Because I want to say I'm still a bit peeved.
Why's that?
You didn't ask me about him. I got a crate of beer out of him if I'd have told him how much I loved him.
Yeah, I know, but that was the deal. He said that if you, as long as you weren't there.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, everyone, until next time. Cheers and beers.
Cheers and beers.